What's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Spiritually Gifted 333. Triple on the threes. Here to bring you some morning, some inspirational spiritual tea. How are you guys doing mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? Me, I'm doing fantastic. Still holding on to hope. Still got faith. And just knowing that the creator of all things, God, my dad, is watching out for me every day, protecting me from a lot of spell work and black magic that constantly keeps coming up in my energy. As you know, there is a full moon, so they like to amp up the black magic and spell work during the full moons. Manipulation is a big one. Messing with your intuition is a huge one. As a little girl, I always knew I was different. I was an outcast. That's because I pick up on energy very well. I read the room very well. I read individuals very well. And that's just because that is just one of the spiritual gifts that I was blessed with. And for a while, I was afraid of my gifts. Didn't know how to use them. Would get lost sometimes, just isolating myself, staying closed off so I can figure out what is it that God is trying to tell me or what my true purpose is in life, of course. But I'm a very creative person. I love to do a lot of creative things. But the one that I realize I love doing the most is being a spiritual teacher. Speaking words of wisdom and just encouraging and inspiring anyone who could be going through the same thing I'm going through. And just to let you know that just because you're different don't mean you aren't loved. You're just different. And God put you on a certain path for you and you only. And it's just up to you how you want to walk down that path. Like being a spiritual healer is amazing. But, you have to be careful sometimes because you get on these platforms and people throw the evil eye. People are jealous. People are hateful. They're envious. But that's just how the world is. I mean, God set the world up to be loving, caring, nurturing. But, that Adam and Eve, they made it very difficult for us. So we start to live in a life of sin, and people just don't want, a lot of people just don't want to be awakened, or it's just that it's just not their time yet. But when that time comes, when you are awakened, things become more clear. You become more lighter instead of heavy. Burdens that you were carrying around don't be so heavy because you know what's going on. You are very discerning about anything that goes on around you, near you. And like I said, being able to read energy, I pick up on people playing around in my energy from afar. Like a lot of people do things behind the scenes and they think that a person wouldn't know what's going on. But when you have the gift of discernment, when you are spiritually gifted, you know that you are being played with behind the scenes. And people are experiencing karma right now, and that's just because they do bad things. When you do bad things come back on you. When you hurt people, hurt is going to come back on you. Hurt people. But knowing that I know God is real and I know I'm spiritually protected, you guys always could see the number 444. That lets you know that you're spiritually protected. And Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, you always have an angel that's around you, guiding you and protecting you. Because sometimes when you aren't fully awakened and you have to heal certain aspects about you to move on to the next phase, God sends in help, basically. Just saying 444, pass on the timer. But he sends in help. God sees and hears everything. So When he sees that you're playing with someone, or you're intentionally trying to harm someone, or you're intentionally trying to slander someone's name, talk about them, then he's going to have to humble you. And when he humbles you, it starts with karma. Because you can run around and, I'll just pray to God. And you can't pray to God then turn around and still do somebody wrong. You can't pray to God and turn around and still continue to sin over and over and over. Because yes, he's going to forgive you, but he also has to humble you. He's also going to teach you a lesson to see if you get that lesson. And if you don't get that lesson, which I would recommend you get the lesson the first time around, because the second time around might not be so good. Because people wish such bad things on other people, they don't realize that can come back on them. When you prophesize over your life, you want to stand on your true, authentic self. This is my life. This is what God has for me and only me. I am who God says I am. I will survive. I will beat cancer. I will manifest abundance. I will be happy. Those are the things you need to prophesize over yourself. I know God is real, but a lot of people don't believe that. You know what I mean? Well, if God was real, then why he took my mom? If God was real, why my dad not? Like, that's another thing. Our God is speaking to us in so many ways to awaken us to what's going on. But a lot of people are really not listening. A lot of people are still asleep. It's only when you are a chosen one, like I am myself, our job is to help other people awaken. Our job is to tell our stories, because our stories is what make us realize. Our stories we go through, things we go through in life, make us realize who we truly are as a human being, and who we really truly want to be as a human being. Like, who wants to walk around stressed every day? Who wants to have a worry in their head every day? Who wants people doing spell work, black magic on them every day? Like, no one. So you have to know that God is real. You cannot give up on him. You need to pray. Prayer is the biggest thing concerning God. That's your way of communicating to him, so he can help you change things, so he can show you change. But you have to believe that he will do that. Get your Bible out, read a few scriptures until you get deep into the book to know about everything that should be going on in this world, and that was going on when he was here, when he was going through the things. Him telling his story in the Bible. Just saw 8:08 on the timer. I have experienced spell work and black magic like no other. I've looked into the eyes of an entity. I've been around a Jezebel spirit, an energy vampire. This is energy harvesting time. And like I said, it's been a full moon. So it's a lot of people in my energy that's trying to harvest my energy, because chosen ones have an abundant energy. It comes to us naturally. But see, when I do my videos, a lot of people might look at me and be like, oh my gosh, she's evil. Oh my gosh, she's a witch or a dark witch. I'm a good one. I'm a good one. I love, my favorite TV show is The Good Witch. I love that TV show. But you know, 9/11 just passed on the timer. You know, I know my spiritual gifts are supposed to be used in a good way, and that's what I do. I use my gifts in a good way. I come on here to inspire and to motivate and to just talk to someone who could be going through the same thing I'm going through. I am blessed beyond imaginable. I am so blessed. I am blessed. I am thankful. The creator of all things, who created me to sit here and tell my story and to speak about spirituality and to welcome in all my spiritual gifts that I've had but turned a blind eye to them for so long because when you deal with people who take your kindness for weakness, it becomes stressful. It becomes tiresome. But once you get on that knee and surrender to God, it's the best feeling ever. Things become easier. Things become lighter. Life becomes much happier. And in the midst of your storms, in the midst of your trials, in the midst of your struggles, you remain happy. Why? Because you're staying true to who you are. Your struggles don't make you change. Your struggles don't make you want to pretend to be somebody. Your struggles don't make you want to go commit a robbery just because you can't pay your rent. Your struggles don't make you go put the next person down because you're upset with your own self. Your struggle's supposed to uplift you, make you stronger, especially when you get on that knee and pray to God. So he can talk to you, so you really can form that bond with him. Because the bond with the Most High is the most amazing bond I could ever ask for. I put him above anything. He is first. He is King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He is above all. The perfect God you can ask for. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change anything I've been through for the world. Everything I went through in life, God had it already orchestrated. But now it's up to me to continue to follow his guidance, to continue to uplift, to continue to inspire, to continue to tell you that he is who he says he is. I am so thankful. I am so grateful. Because I wouldn't be here today. And that's spiritually sane, because people will spiritually try to take you out. They want you to drive yourself crazy. The enemy wants you to be in your head 24/7. The enemy comes around you to stir you up so they can harvest your energy, because they get a kick out of your energy. But at the end of the day, long as you got the gift of discernment, don't ever let the enemy think that they're winning. Because God is the only one in control. And I'm going to leave it right there. So if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? It's your girl, Spiritually Gifted 333, triple on the threes, stopping by to bring you spiritual tea. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.